What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Mauricio Sulaiman. Mauricio had this to say regarding the WBC's newly ranked champion, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. He said it will be up to the promoters to make sure it goes down, as the WBC president stated that he has confirmed to WBN, that's the source, that Fury is under no obligation with them to defend against Wilder. So Tyson Fury is a new champion. He has 1 year to do any fights he wishes to contract on a voluntary basis, Sulaiman informed WBN. Now, Fury apparently has a rematch agreed with Wilder, but can Dillian Whyte or he can fight Anthony Joshua? He can fight anyone, any opponent. It doesn't have to be Wilder within the next year, as I mentioned. Okay? Of course, we know Fury and Wilder 2 was a big event. You know, we had ESPN, we had PBC Fox, you know, so it held its own. You know, it did decent numbers, so nobody's complaining on that back, you know, to that regard. You know, they took a loss to a certain degree, but it could have done a lot worse. But what is the significance here? That means that since Tyson Fury's the WBC, he doesn't have to really fight Wilder unless, of course, we know what's in the contract, okay? Because it'll be up to one promoter versus the other promoter that gets this fight done. And the promoter is one of those situations, is in a situation where he, if Tyson Fury decides, hey, this fight's not happening, this fight can't be made,
like big chicken pieces.
And they would have to go to court with it, because as far as Mauricio's involved, he doesn't have to fight Deontay Wilder. And this is a big dose of karma, because he could fight Dillian Whyte, because then that's one of the things that he has to do to fulfill the mandatory, but that's not until that's not until 21. That's the end date. Okay? So it's one of those situations now. We're looking at Wilder that didn't want to fight Dillian Whyte. Now Tyson Fury beat Wilder. Now Sulaiman is upholding the idea of him not wanting to fight, and confirming that he doesn't have to fight Deontay Wilder because that's no mandatory. But the strange thing about this is, people, where the hell is this mandatory status is in the first place? That's what the WBC gets for really playing Russian roulette, playing God. How do I mean? At first, this supposed to have been a mandatory bout, right? So since it was a quote-unquote mandatory bout, I call it a fake mandatory, Mauricio is still, he's still treating it as though it is a mandatory challenge. Because, see, Tyson Fury was the fill-in for Dillian Whyte because of certain discrepancies in that drug test, right? So Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. So the mandated date has been fulfilled, right? Because Tyson Fury bumped Dillian Whyte off, and they just prolonged Dillian Whyte after they found out everything was clear with him or whatever, right? But now Mauricio's saying no, he doesn't have to fight Tyson Fury. He doesn't need to. He doesn't have to. Who says that he does? It's not by our rules. It's by the promoter's rules in their contract. Okay? So if Tyson Fury decides, hey, you know what? I can fight whoever I want. I don't technically have to fight Deontay Wilder. I can just pay him money, or they can sue me, but they can't stop me from fighting anyone because I am now the champ. Now, this is getting to the point where the only difference this is, besides the Ruiz-Joshua situation, they have a sanctioned body's president saying he does not have to fight Deontay Wilder, and he will keep that belt, and he is the new current champion, right? So this could be some problems, because we know for a fact that Deontay Wilder wants that shot back. But it is not set in stone. Okay? It is not set in stone. It is not one of those situations where a sanctioning body is on their side to make him do whatever like they had before, where they held Deontay Wilder from fighting Dillian White and the WBC was on board. Now they're not. They're just saying, we don't have nothing to do with it. It's on y'all. But anyway, there's other stuff that I want to mention in this interview. I'll do it in the next video. You guys tell me what you think about Mauricio Sulaiman. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.